Ladies and gentlemen, with the kind permission of the producer of The Greek Spirit, the legendary Mr. George Bourlotos, I would like to speak to you in English, in American English. I would like to discuss with you what we as American Greeks can and should do to help the young Greek people in this hour of economic and moral peril. And I would like to discuss it in American terms. Our roots are in a country that was never very large. In fact, a tiny place called Hellas. But out of that little country came the fountain of Western culture, its philosophy, sciences, mathematics, medicine, religion, art, and the concept of the value of humanity and of the Greek spirit. Older cultures do exist, but they have not achieved even a small portion of the incredible impact that we Greeks have given to the Western civilization. Our ancestors were the civilizers of the world. We are lucky to carry inside of each of us perhaps a tiny portion of the DNA of giants such as Aristoteles, Platon, Socrates, Alexandros, Leonidas, Pericles, and the many, many men and women that still shine in those books that mean something to the world, in any language. As many of us know firsthand, immigration is not an adventure. It is not an attractive excursion. It is painful, difficult, and stressful. Leaving one's beloved home, and often one's parents, brethren, and friends, and heading into the unknown with a mixture of hope and fear in their heart is not a desirable act. Immigration is caused by stress of crises that literally forces people to seek a relief, a way out of a difficult or even desperate situation. Such crises have led generations of Greeks to seek a more tolerable and brighter future for themselves and their children. Despite our embracing our new country, we never forgot the culture, religion, or language of our birth. With our resources and love, we have supported the folks that have stayed behind by individual acts or through our church and our benevolent Hellenic associations by providing the many types of charitable contributions and assistance to people in general, to whole towns and villages, or to individuals with special needs. In times of crisis, we, American Greeks, have stepped up and given a generous hand to Greece. Greece is now facing, once more in its history, another very deep and serious crisis. Regardless of the causes, the fact that, as we speak, a whole generation of young, educated Hellenists are finding themselves without work and without an opportunity to create a decent future. Indeed, they face a potentially devastating future which may rob them of many years of growth and development and contribution to their family and their society. It is not the present economy and huge debt that is the true danger to Greece. It is the squandering of the energy and capability of its youth. The youth that has in its blood the likes of Pythagoras, Diogenes, Hippocrates, Aristarchos, και Euripides. This is truly one of the major crises that Greece is facing in the 21st century. Today, hundreds and thousands of young, educated Greeks are desperately filling out biographical sketches and job applications seeking work in Greece and elsewhere. The crisis is causing another wave of immigrants or potential immigrants to leave their mother country to better their lives. But the nearest land, Europe, has its own fiscal crisis. And in addition, these countries do not have nearly the level of culture of tolerance, acceptance, and absorption that is traditional in America. Nor do they have the resources that the greatest country in the world can provide. Nor do they have such a solid, successful, and organized community of established Hellenists ready to welcome them. The generosity of American Greeks is legendary. I submit that in this critical time, we need to address a special need, the need to find work opportunities to absorb this new wave of young immigrants from Greece, that seek new life in new lands. And what could be a better country, in fact the very best country for the new wave to come, but America? Collectively, we have the will and the intelligence and the generosity and the love of our mother country and the leadership to act. But what to do? There are many ways to help, but individual efforts will not cut it. The crisis is too big, the number of young people is too large. I would submit a few collective steps for consideration to bring this new wave to America and give them a fighting chance at a decent future. Attorneys. Attorneys should find ways and means within the law to bring the educated Greek workers here. Legislators. Legislators should find or create laws to do the same, perhaps a form of the Marshall Plan for the 21st century Greece. Businessmen and their organizations. They should create positions and a business environment to accept them. Professionals, in all fields, should seek to create and support an in-America training program or programs to obtain the needed certificates so that the participants are employable in America after their completion and hopefully stay and prosper. Churches. Churches should raise the crisis issue at the pulpit so it is clearly understood by all of us. And individuals. Individuals can open their homes to help the expenses of the young people who want to come study and find jobs. But above all, we must start acting with a clear understanding that there is a serious crisis in Greece and a new wave of young, educated, capable immigrants is trying to find a way to live a productive life and have a future. There's no question in my mind that the best place is the land of opportunity, America. Let's set aside our focus on the traditional peacetime Greek-American social activities and focus on a wartime, intense American-Greek action to provide a decent future for our young Hellenes who need our help. Let's start now. Thank you.